Hello and welcome to the most serious crypto news of the past day. The current price of Bitcoin is $67,123, which means that we're still in the range between $67,000 and $68,500. And of the advantages, a please stop pattern has formed on the chart in recent hours, which means that the price will soon go up. The situation is similar on Ethereum, although we did break through the $2,000 mark for a second, but now the price has dropped back to $1,960. And now let's get to the news because this time they are a bit more optimistic. Robert Kiyosaki warns the US dollar is about to die. The author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, put on a foil hat again and announced that the dollar was about to drop its stakes. According to him, when gold and silver grow together like so, this is an absolute marker that the fiat system is finished. The cherry on top of this cake, China is coming and offshore dollars are rushing back to the US to cause hyperinflation. Robert now measures wealth exclusively in ounces and stores metals abroad. He also approves of Bitcoin and Ethereum and calls for increasing crypto reserves, but the main armor against the apocalypse, according to him, is silver, even despite the recent price drop. Strategy $MSTR buys $168 million in Bitcoin and expands holdings to 717,131 Bitcoins. And news for everyone who is tired of horror stories about quantum apocalypse and the impending collapse of Bitcoin. Mitchell Saylor's strategy company bought 2,486 Bitcoins again for $168 million. Now their stock is 17,131 Bitcoin. And just listen to this because this is more than the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, has. The average purchase price for the entire history turned out to be $76,000 per coin, and the current exchange rate is 67,000. And that means the losses already are about $9,000 for each Bitcoin, but Saylor apparently doesn't care at all. He recently stated that the company will survive even if the Bitcoin drops to $8,000. And I have no idea what they smoked there, but good luck to them. By the way, Saylor is not the only one so stubborn. The Japanese Metaplanet, which has already been called the Asian strategy, have also accumulated 35,102 Bitcoins. And El Salvador, the country, continues to buy Bitcoins per day, and they have already accumulated 7,564 Bitcoins. In general, while retail investors are selling in panic, whales represented by public companies are purchasing at a discount. Ton Foundation partners with Banxa to power stablecoin payments across APAC. So Pavel Dur's team that created Telegram decided to play serious business, and started a partnership with Banxa. Together, they want to teach small and medium-sized businesses in Asia how to use stablecoins. Imagine, soon you can buy noodles in a store not only for bahts or yangs, but also for USDT, which flies through the Ton blockchain, and the commission is going to be less than a cent, and the confirmation is much faster than paying with a card. The most interesting thing here is that this whole movement is tied to Telegram with its billion users. Recently, they just launched a Ton Pay thing that allows you to pay with Ton coins and USDT directly in the Messenger's mini applications. And that means that now anyone with Telegram installed will be able to, donate to a blogger or buy something for stablecoins. And banks, by the way, are serious guys. They have licenses all over the world, from Asia to Latin America, and they have recently raised a lot of money. So perhaps we will finally see how cryptocurrency will turn into full-fledged payment instrument, at least in Asia. And I'm actually thinking about buying some tons as a long-term investment. Tom Lee labels crypto dip a mini winter as Bitmine adds 45,759 ETH. So let's continue our tour through crazy world of corporate crypto purchases. If you thought that Michael Saylor and his strategy are the only stubborn whale that buys up the bottom, you are mistaken. And now we meet big players. The Bitmine company, led by the legendary Tom Lee, while the entire market is in a panic, they have bought another 45,759 Ethereums over the past week. And this is their biggest weekly purchase of the year. And now they have 4.37 million Ethereums in their pocket. And they have already staked 3 million of them and receive a passive income of $176 million per year. That sounds like not a bad retirement bonus, huh? But the juiciest part is Tom Lee's comment on the market situation. He says, people, current mood is just a copy of days of 2018 and 2022. Do you remember those glorious times when everyone just said goodbye to cryptocurrency? So we are back there actually, but Tom is experienced and he rejoices and buys even more. According to him, collapse of large FTX type players is no longer expected. But there are a lot of long-term benefits like tokenization and AI based on Ethereum. Therefore, they simply ignore the $2,000 price and continue to build up their portfolio. 85% of tokens launched in 2025 are underwater. And it's not worth discussing only good news because statistics have recently been released that make venture investors' eye twitch. The researchers summed up their sad results of 2025. 85% of all launched tokens are now trading below their starting price. And this means that the hamsters who happily flew into another promising project with clever name and a pack of logos of top funds simply donated their money to the fast ones. In general, there is actually nothing to comment on here. Let's be realistic. Looking back at 2025, 85% of tokens were just piece of shit, you know. And that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.